Alrighty. So we are the Afrotropical region for our group presentation day one. My name is Jordan, and this is John.
Yeah, sorry.
So my species that I chose was the Paraceratherium transoralicum. And so Paraceratherium means the near horned beast, and of course this is an extinct genus of hornless rhinoceros. You can see them down here on the bottom right in the yellow box, and then the modern day rhinoceroses are in the blue box in the middle. They lived mostly from the early Oligocene to the late Oligocene, and Transoralicum is the species that we have the most complete fossil records for, so that's what most of the information that we have is based off of. These fossils have been found, first they were found in Pakistan, but they've been found all across the Arabian Peninsula and into Europe and Asia as well. All right, so here's just a size comparison. The Paraceratherium is down here on the left side. They were 20 feet tall from ground to the top of their heads, and then they weighed about 15 to 20 tons. So that's bigger than most elephants. It's one of the biggest terrestrial mammals to have ever existed. Alrighty, so if you look over here on the left, you can see just how big the skull was. If you notice that tooth in the front, they had very tusk-like incisors. So while they didn't have true tusks, they did have those. And then if you also look, they've got that really big nasal slit on the front of their skull. Most scientists think this indicates that they had at least somewhat of a prehensile trunk. And then, so if you look on the upper right here, I've got the comparison of some feet here. So you can see from the bottom left picture as well, that there's kind of some convergent evolution in their limbs with the elephants. They're very stocky and trunk-like. On the left up at the top here, that is the foot of the Paraceratherium. And then on the right is the elephant foot. And you can see that while the Paraceratherium has elongated their foot bones, elephants have actually kind of squashed them down. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, so we don't know why they went extinct. A couple hypotheses have been proposed that maybe it was a combination of climate change and out competition with different herbivores. But we really don't know. The fossil record isn't super great for these species, so we're still trying to learn more. All right, and that is all I've got, and on to John.
So the species that I chose to do for this one is the Australopithecus afarensis. Let's see. So it's probably best known as Lucy's species. That was one of the first full or almost full skeletons that they could find. So it was a discovery of a small female skeleton in Ethiopia. So these species lived roughly 3.7 to 3 million years ago. They mainly have been found in East Africa, lived during the Pliocene and Pleistocene epochs. So their name means southern ape from afar, and afar is a region in Ethiopia. What's pretty neat about these is that they are some of the first bipedal species. I thought that was very, very interesting. They are, pretty closely related to modern humans, but not exactly close. And this is just a breakdown of how kind of tall some of them were and their size. So we can see on the kind of centered left, that's a male and versus a female. So the males were much taller, which is, they thought, very, very interesting. Even though they are a lot taller, their dental records show that while they did differ from primates, the dental records show that the teeth were not much different. They're about the same size in either males or females. Whereas in some primate species, the males have much larger canine teeth than the females do. And so again, just on the bottom left, a comparison of a chimp versus our Afarensis and a human teeth. So you can see they're kind of in the middle. Some similarities to both the primates and modern humans. And also we can see in their skulls, there is that transition period where they are, still very close to the primates, but also not quite what the where modern humans are today. So I thought that was very, very interesting. And they are extinct, not exactly completely sure why, but yeah, they are. That's all I have.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys. Let me figure out how to stop the recording.